Hey guys, so this is the deck that I'm currently using to advance my Rend Blackhand dungeon with, and I'm going to show you it now. I like to include a lot of flying minions because that's the main benefit of Rend. Rend is expensive, he's 6 gold. Now he's a good unit, but he's 6 gold. So I like to include as many discounted flying units as possible to kind of get the value back out of Rend. I run Flaming Soul on Rend, but Scale and Steel is just as good. Mother Drake, talent for the Drake. Flame Burst, I think it's called. Is it called Flame Burst? Yeah, Flame Burst for the Whelps. I only have the mining trait on the Harpies, but you could run the poison, good for PvE as well. I run Pick Lock on my Defias Bandits because of the value. I run Wing Buffet on my Gargoyle, and then I run Ambush, I think it's called, or Premeditation. Yes, Premeditation on my Worgen. The reason I don't use Safe Pilot over Worgen in this particular deck is because the second map, Immol'Thar, Safe Pilot basically kills herself every single time. Now I'm going to attempt level 20. It's 1 level higher than my current deck. Let's see how we get on. I haven't got very good opening relics either. They're not great. I mean, Howling Warband is okay, but and it will benefit me on the last boss especially. But then probably play here. Okay, this is good. So I've got this. I'm going to drop Rend. I'm going to drop my Cobalt Miner. This is really good. Rend's going to get a very nice... yeah. Okay. We have survived for the most part. We got some gold. That's good. Now, actually, drop this here. This should one-shot him. Or close to one-shot him. And I'm going to drop this very far back. The reason I'm going to drop this quite far back is I wanted to lay some eggs or something. These down here, not good enough. Should be enough to take him out. Right, we need to somehow build some gold up. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to drop a Gargoyle here. And this is about to respawn. So I'm going to do that. Alright, so hopefully they start attacking each other soon. I'm going to drop him here. Drop my Cobalt Miner. We take the next tower. This is why I like Gargoyle. I'm going to drop this down here, by the way. I want these guys to kind of blow each other up. I'm going to drop another long Gargoyle, and I'm going to drop another Drake. You want to get as much value as you can. So, you want to drop it. I like this because it just takes out things like the Mountaineer. I haven't used my Harpies once, but I will actually use them now. Just because they're very vulnerable to Ogre Magi, which is why I haven't really been using them as much. They're just a little bit too vulnerable to Ogre Magi. Okay. Got these guys here again. Struggling down this side of the field, but nothing can harm my Rend at this point. But you know what? We're actually doing okay here. Might drop I think I can probably win this now with just a decent egg placement. Drop him. So I can actually probably just win this with Flame Burst, which is why I like this talent. I just, almost like PvP, just drop them on top, and he's dead. Whew. Hard, but we did it. Let's go on to the next one. Rend's quite a difficult deck to make work, I think. Like, you have to commit to flying to an extent. You don't have to, but you kind of want to have some decent flying units in your deck. Right, Kreeg's done. What am I getting now? I'm getting Shadowblade. Terrible. Well, it's not terrible. It's really good to my Worgen, but elemental minions gain stealth. And your non-spell minis have half as much health, but deal double damage. Terrible for Gargoyle, but pretty good for everything else. I'm kind of cheesing my way through this a little bit, so I don't mind the idea of cheesing it with. I just wonder, does Flame Burst get affected by this? Because if it does, then that's good. Otherwise, I just think Chromatic Shroud is probably the best, simply because it makes my Drake much more useful. The only problem is, do the well pegs that get dropped by Drake become stealth? Because if not, if they do, then they are just absolutely garbage. We'll see. So I'll do it. You really want to set up a little further way back here. I'm going to drop this here. I want her to be Gordok, as you can see. Okay, that did not work. We're going to have to use this. Nice. And we take that. I'm going to drop my Harpies, just because I've just had my Gargoyle taken over. It's one of the most annoying things about this. I'm going to drop a long Drake. Also going to drop another Gargoyle here. And then I'll drop a Cobalt Miner. Okay, so they don't stealth, which is fantastic. Because that would have been terrible. Again, I'm going to have to... I kind of just need to... Oh well, that blew everything up. Didn't realise that was going to blow literally everything.
Station!
I'll drop this. These guys have been practically useless so far. We drop it this way this time round. Do this. We'll drop these guys here. Hopefully get away from... Oh no, they didn't get away from that guy. Oh look, we've taken this. I'll drop that there. I'll probably drop another one of these here. Again, I'm trying to just maintain... What happened to my poor little dude? Well, at least it's nearly dead. But I really need to mine that. My Harpy's coming out now. So the way I beat this last time is I kind of cheesed him to kill himself, but it is difficult. This is what I do here, I just kind of cheese this to kill itself. I'll drop my Cobalt Miner a little further way out, and I'll drop another one of my... Okay. I need to... Huntress is a pain in the bum, I need to kill her. That's why I run Worgen, primarily for the Huntress. Oh no. But I can cheese them a little bit more. So basically, when you spawn the eyes, they actually deal damage to the boss as well. So I'm kind of cheesing it by doing it that way, which is not the intended way of doing this, but frankly, I don't really see a better way. When you're under leveled, you kind of just need to cheese it a little bit. And this is why I thought we were going to go to overtime. I now have a level 22. Rend, I'm going to drop a here. Going to overtime is nice because I can drop another Rend. I'm going to drop another Rend. And then I'm just going to start spamming Unbound on this guy. Get the win. Unbound. 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 If it unbounds and defending my base, but we did it. Okay, so basically try to control every lane, try to take towers with Gargoyle, pressure the boss as much as possible. And then just, when it got to overtime, you just drop Unbounds on his head over and over again so they explode, and then the eyes explode and everybody takes damage. That's essentially my strategy for trying to push further than you kind of intended. And chromatic eggs with, whelp eggs with flame burst are just so crucial. What we're going to get now. Okay, see, this is Spirit Feather. No. So yeah, right. I've got really big candle on the last one. You might think that's a bit pointless, but actually, it's pretty good. Still, it just makes my kobold that much more useful. And King Gordok's got an interesting strategy. This I actually really like. This is one of the few dungeons that I really like because every boss has kind of got a really cool, unique mechanic. There are some dungeons where it's just a bit of a normal boss and just annoying. Every dungeon in Dire Maul's got quite a unique mechanic, and I love this mechanic. It really is. It's all about timing. You've got to be quite specific with it. Drop Rend here. This guy doesn't actually attack the mini bosses, which is why I'm this. I haven't timed this quite correctly, but what can we do about it? Huntress has been dropped. Wait there. I'm going to put down help. So I'm now going to drop that. I'm going to drop that here. Drop a lot, kind of long running. Oof, that didn't go that well. But we'll stun her. Okay. Right, we did kill off that. We should. Oh, now I'll be running too many. Killing off. Didn't. Great. And a really great strategy that I really like on this particular boss. Just double clicking where you really don't want to miss resources. Really great strategy that I quite like on this particular boss is just dropping unbounds on top of the guy at the back. Okay, what's happened? Oh, there's a Huntress there. This is not timed incredibly well. But I'm just going to keep dropping Rends because the way that I'm going to win this is by getting Rends into the field. Right, so she's reset, which means that I am going to have to refight her, basically. So here's the other guy. Finally use Harpies. Harpies has definitely been the least used card in my deck so far. I'm not concerned though because we just need to get this guy back. Okay, he's back. Unbound the living daylights out of this guy and try to put pressure on him. Because if you can kill him at the back, this boss becomes very trivial. If you can kill this guy at the back, the boss becomes very easy. But it's just about actually killing him back. Need to get some more gold. Probably going to drop a kobold. He's not actually trying to kill my I might be able to crush this guy down. And then yeah, so this makes it now. This now makes it significantly easier. Even though I have to reset a little bit, this is now going to become significantly easier to take out the boss. Right, I'm going to drop another Rend here. Drop a kobold here. Those guys, gold income overtime. I'm going to drop those guys. I'm going to drop this guy. This. What is going on here? Why is everyone going down this route? Okay, well this has gone a bit dodgy now because I have no idea what on earth has just happened and why these guys are now stuck. But I'm hoping that I can just outlast this push and we should win because we have taken out the hardest part of this. Okay, we did it. I was not looking at what was going on top of the screen, and for some reason one of the lieutenants was pushing the boss across the top, which is mental, and I've never seen that happen before. But luckily we built up enough high-level Rends to push into to push into killing him. Now, the reason Rend worked out here, by the way, is because most maps went into overtime. So I was going to cycle Rend. I probably cycled Rend 4 or 5 times each level, so I got 5 levels, which made it very worth it. And you can just see how good Kobold was as well. Like the Kobold level, it's like absolute S tier. You pick it every time you do a dungeon, 100%. And that now gives me yet another upgrade. I might be able to push one more, depending. We'll have a look. Cycle or tank. I think I'm just going to take the extra upgrade on tank. Obviously, I can re-roll these bottom ones, but I'm pretty close to having a fully upgraded Rend deck now, which is quite nice. So that's the strategy for all of them. In terms of that last boss strategy, you need to kill those, try and kill those lieutenants at the same time. And then you want to try and coordinate a push down the middle to ensure that all of your forces kind of end up at this, you know, that middle point. But having some good unbound minions in your deck that can deal with the guy that heals him and buffs him it basically makes this this boss fight relatively trivial. So that's kind of what I aim for there. When you get to the higher levels, you kind of have to do all 3. So you have to make sure you're timing killing the lieutenants. You then have to try and obviously take out the back guy if you can. The fight is significantly harder if you can't take out the guy at the back, which does require unbound minions to do. So there you go. That's how I deal with Rend Blackhand and Dire Maul. Hopefully you guys can push as far as you can this week. I am now going to try level 21. If not, I've got quite a few levels to catch up on my General Dracosath, which should be relatively easy as well. So cool. I will see you soon.